Well, hello, guys and gals. It's me, your old buddy, Mr. Moose, back with another edition of American Truck Simulator. We're in single player mode today, and we're continuing to work on building our company up. As you can see down here, we have got 4 trucks, 4 drivers, and we're still working on 1 garage. But we've made it up to 74,000, so we're about halfway there to getting our next truck, and that's what we're working on. Today, we're going to be taking a job out of Elko, Nevada, and headed wherever. Not really sure yet. But I want to show you a couple of things that we've changed with the game, so you guys are aware of. I've added a few mods in, and I thought I'd show you guys what mods I've added in. Now, I've added nothing that will affect the economy of the game. The only thing I've done is enhance the game with some different visuals and things of that nature. I still am playing the game pretty much legit. So what have I added in? I've added in the real gas stations that just gives them some realistic looks. I have Jazzy Cat's AI traffic pack in. I also have his truck pack and 3D graphics pack for the name badges on cars. I've got the HDR fix that just takes a little bit of bloom away on the HDR. Longer yellow lights. Y'all have heard me talk about how short the yellow lights are. This just extends the duration of those ever so slightly. It's not a huge expansion on it, but it's long enough to give you that if you're coming to the line and it changes yellow, you can go ahead and keep your foot on the gas and go through there and not have to do these unrealistic stops that in real life, if you did that, you'd be locking up the brakes, tire smoke would be going everywhere, and you might be lose your load, being out of control. So that just gives you a little bit more time to react, and I like that. The Mr. Moose and the Mr. Moose Fleet, that's just my Alabama skin, and this is my truck fleet skin. Let's see, 3D logos by Jazzy Cat, just makes the badges on the cars look realistic. Real Brands Heavy Machines by Josh Gurr. This is just gets rid of the in-game fake stuff like the mutt and all that and puts Caterpillar and things of that in. So I like that. Real Tires, put some Continental tires into the game, makes the tires look a little bit more realistic. Real Package Vans, gets rid of the SPU or whatever and puts in UPS vans and FedEx vans. This is a truck traffic pack, just adds more realistic looking trucks to the game in the AI traffic. True AI lights or True Lights AI. This will add bloom to the oncoming traffic lights at night. Just makes it look more realistic, like you would see in driving in the evenings. Then you've got your U-Haul skin, so we get rid of the V-Haul or whatever it was. And then I'm using the Wabash Duraplate dry van. I've got both the normal wheels and the mod itself that gives you all the different skins for the trucks. I didn't put the chrome pack in. I put the white wheels in. So that's what I'm running. The rest of the stuff that's on here is stuff that either doesn't work or has crashed my computer at some point, and I'm not using them. This one here is the new game Easy Start. That's what I use to start my test account that gives me the level 84 whatever and $15 million. And then this one up here, there's the John Deere skin. And then this one up here, this is a trailer mega pack by Josker, but I'm not sure that didn't have some issues. It's either it or this billboard pack that caused my my last crash. So I'm a little gun shy on using either one of those. I haven't messed with them since. But anyways, I just thought I'd show you. All the mods listed will be on the mod spreadsheet. There's a tab for ATS. You just go down to the bottom of the spreadsheet. There's a tab for each of the games that I use mods in, and you'll find the one for ATS, and you can go in there and find the links to each of the mods. But anyways, yeah. So let's get in here and get to driving. And we'll check the freight market and we'll see if we can find something fun. I am freshly rested. I just fueled up, and so we are ready to go. Let's check the job market, see what is available from Elko, where it seems like I'm always at. And it looks like we're hauling cars to San Francisco this go round. So let's set our JPS destination. And welcome to the 50s Diner here in beautiful Elko, Nevada. Yeah, that's where we are sitting, where we just rested up. And there's our big Alabama truck. A lot of you guys have asked me if I'm going to put this scan out. I still have some issues with it that I've got to fix. Like if you look at the top, the stripe down the top isn't lined up because the way the template is, they were backwards. So I got to work on that. And I still haven't fixed this side. So until I get all that done, I'm not going to put it out there. But I'll probably put it out at some point. Won't have the Mr. Moose thing on the side of it, but anyways, all right, let's get fired up and head to our pickup point, which is going to be across the highway here. So when I'm driving, I want to try and get more into driving more realistic and being a little bit safer, a little bit better at going through the gears. I tend to get distracted when I'm doing these videos, and especially when I'm doing the live streams, and I tend to really mess up on my shifting, and a lot of you guys call me on the carpet on it. I should be shifting right around 1700 RPMs, 1700 RPMs, and a lot of times I'll get to yakking, or I'll get to trying to ban somebody or something like that, and I let it get up around 2000 RPMs. I don't necessarily mean to, but I want to really try to focus on being better at my gear shifting and being a little bit better at my driving, and just have a more realistic experience with this. And I just passed my pickup. Pretty sure. The good thing about it is there are two entrances to it. If it's the place I think it is, it does have two entrances. Rock on. All right, so we'll get in here, we'll grab our load of cars, and we will head off to San Francisco. All right, let's take that job for $17,000. Turn around so we can back her up here. All right. We'll grab our load and get on the highway. So a little bit of bad news to report. I tore up my gear shifter, which I'm a bit disappointed about. I had it working pretty good, and then I just had a little button go bad. I actually had two buttons went bad in it. And the way I had them set up, they were just kind of hot glued in there, and apparently the hot glue gave way on one of them, and the other one I can't figure out why it stopped working, other than maybe it just moved slightly. So I got to get back into the workshop and work on that a little bit before I use it, because I do miss that one. I really do miss having the splitter and the range right there on the knob. It was very nice while it was working, but it shouldn't be too hard to fix. However, I've had a few, after getting it working and getting it up and running, I've had a couple of new ideas on how to do it and get it even better. So I might be spending another 25 bucks, 30 bucks on a gear shifter to redo the whole thing over again. Because the way I did it this last time, I did have to I had to break out the grinder and do a bit of grinding on the air valve in order to make room for one of the switches. But I think if I get the right switches this time, instead of using what I did use, I should be able to narrow it down to only using 2 switches in the future. And by doing that, I won't have to do any kind of work to the any kind of machine work on the valve itself. So, but I do think even with what I got, I should be able to make it work. I'm going to test out my theory on the one that I've got now, and if I get it to work right, then yeah, I may buy another one and do it. So, yeah, it's one of those things, though, that it's just trial and error to get it to work. So, eventually I want to get it working right. I'm going to go ahead and order one of the USB input cards from Derek Sparks and get that in and make, as much as I didn't want to do a USB interface for it and I just wanted to use a keyboard, I realized that using the keyboard presents some more problems. You know, like you've got to go into the ease of use settings for Windows and turn off repeating keystrokes before you go into the game and play, because if you have the repeating keystrokes on, every time you engage a switch, it just keeps hitting the button, and the keyboard itself does multiple strikes of it. So like if you switch into low, it'll just keep switching back and forth on the range, back and forth, unless you do that. So I have it working. It's just I'm not real big of a fan on having to go in there, change that setting every time I want to play the game. So I think I'm going to spend the $40 to get a USB interface card. I think it's $49 actually for the card, and that'll give me 62 inputs that I can do to make my button box and all that other stuff. So again, it's a work in progress. So those who are expecting a video on how to do things and everything, it's going to be a while, because like I said, I'll do something, I'll go back in the shop, tear it apart, try something different. If that doesn't work, I try something different. So it's a constant process, and not something that is knocked out in 5 minutes. My range selector works perfectly. I don't have any problems whatsoever with it. It is rock solid. It's just on my splitter that I'm having an issue, which honestly, the splitter is the button I have the most issues with in the game. Remembering to throw that splitter, to change up from the basement to the upstairs gears. And by the way, the game itself, I did a video talking about how to float gears and everything. And in it, I used the terminology in the setup of my G27 and that. I used the terminology in the game, but the game's got the terminology wrong. Or at least I believe, the way I was raised to understand all of this, the terminology in the game's wrong. The splitter is what brings you from your lowest set of gears into your higher set of gears. And the range is when, in this case, if I'm in 8 low, the range is from low range to high range. So 8 low to 8 high is a range adjustment. Going from 4th to 5th is a splitter adjustment. So the game's got the terminology a little bit wrong. At least the way I understood it. And talking to a couple other people, they're the same way. They're like, yeah, the game's got it wrong. So just tootling along here. I think we're at 65. No, we're at 60. Getting up to 65. We're 80 right now, but pretty soon we're going to be losing this nice speed limit of 80 and going back into California. So, by the way, I'm recording this on, what is today? Today's Wednesday, I guess? Tuesday, Wednesday? Man, I don't know. Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. And last night there was no live stream. And that is specifically because there was some really bad storms that went through the area. And when I say really bad, like camp in the bathroom bad, it was not fun last night. We actually had 2 tornadoes come by the house. One passed just to the northwest of the house, and the other one just to the southeast of the house. There were 5 tornadoes, according to radar, and a whole lot of damage over in Pensacola. Some townhomes just leveled over there. So it was a rough night, and I knew it was coming. You know, we were watching the radar and saw the storms coming through Mississippi and developing offshore. And I tweeted out last night to you guys that I wasn't gonna live stream. Anytime there's really bad weather in my area, I'm gonna err on the side of cautiousness, kill the computers, and go read a book for a while, because I'm just not gonna run the risk of losing another computer to lightning. Even though I have a surge protector on the house, I had the power company come out and put a static arrestor on the house, and then I've got on my LAN cables, I've got surge protectors on those as well. But y'all all know as well as I do, those are all right, but they're not infallible. So I'm just gonna not run the risk of getting something knocked out by a storm. So anytime there's bad weather in the area, I'm gonna be more cautious about my equipment, and so there won't be live streams during that time. And I hope you guys understand that. So if you were expecting a live stream last night, which I know we talked about doing, like some construction sim or something like that, that's the reason why there wasn't one. But hopefully the weather will hold. We'll get back into it. My goal right now, realistically, my goal is to get a live stream every day beginning at 6 o'clock, and one other video up for you guys, whether it be farm sim, ATS, something else like that, and then go from there. Maybe eventually working into getting 2 videos up a day. Right now, that 2 videos has been the previous night's live stream plus a video that I record, like a 30-45 minute video recorded during the day, and then the next live stream that evening. Because, in all honesty, only about 45-50 of you guys seem to watch the live streams or catch the live streams. The numbers are all over the place, and I don't know if that's like 50 people total are seeing the live stream, or if 150 people are seeing it, but at any given time there's 45 to 50 people in the live stream. But I know that not everybody catches the live stream, whereas I can get the stuff that's up during the day, you guys can see at whatever time you want to see it. So that's the reason I repost the live streams. But I know some of you guys don't enjoy the live stream footage. because it tends to be arguing with people a lot of the times, and babysitting. But I'm trying to get more out of that, and just play the games, enjoy the games, and just not even acknowledge the babysitting stuff, and just start just booting people left and right and just focusing on playing the game and having fun. So, and that way maybe I can keep the live streams a little bit more entertaining and not just me answering the same questions every single night and having to slap little kids' hands for being immature. So, but then again, there are those live streams that are really entertaining. The one from Saturday night is awesome. I sat down and watched it on Sunday just to go back through and see what it was like from a viewer's standpoint. And to me, it was quite entertaining. It was great having Jeff Favignano in the stream, as well as Steve the Gamer Guy. It just added a little bit more fun to it. And as stressful as those videos are to make, or those live streams are to do, because of all the chaos that ensues, as I sit down and I watch the replay of it, it's actually pretty entertaining. So, and I need to just relax a little bit more and chill out back in the back of the pack and enjoy the wrecks and the chaos that does ensue, and look at it more as just watching a train wreck, and laughing at it and just having fun with it. So, but with that said, there's probably going to be, we'll probably still do some multiplayer ATS with Alex and the guys, but I don't know, some of them seem to start getting burned out on it, just because of all of that kind of stuff. So I don't know. We've talked about getting together during the week and recording multiplayer so that we can do more legit, serious runs and not have to deal with all the chaos. But don't know what'll happen with that. I myself do still plan on doing some open multiplayer, where I tell you guys when I'm going to be on doing multiplayer, and I'll tell you what server I'm on, what city I'm at, and I'll communicate all that stuff to you. And that'll be different from doing multiplayer with Alex and Dan and anybody else who's in there. But I do, when I do things like that, I do expect you guys to come in with a little bit of courtesy towards other drivers, and be a little bit respectful of other people. If I see too much ridiculousness going on, I'll either stop it or I'll call you out for it. I think sometimes you just need to be told you're being stupid, and I'll call you out and point it out. And if you keep on doing it, well then, you'll ruin it for everybody, because we'll just stop and I won't go on anymore. Because the one thing about it is, it's bad enough that if you've got 10 people trying to do a legit multiplayer convoy type situation or some sort of long haul, it's bad enough that you're messing those 10 people up and wrecking them and destroying their load and causing them anguish. But when you have just total chaos going on and you're wrecking on the side of the road, you're disturbing everybody else's gameplay as well, and I don't want to be responsible for bringing that on everybody else who's trying to play multiplayer as well. So if we do open, I just ask for your cooperation and ask that you'll come into it with a bit of seriousness and not goof off. Have a load, drive with a load, drive respectably. Don't think that you need to just run up next to me so that your truck's going to be on the live stream or whatever. Just approach it from, you're just there for multiplayer and multiplayer only. If you're there just so you can run up and get your truck in front of me so that you're part of the stream, and then you're there for the wrong reason. If you're going to get in the group and just run with no load on the entire time, you're there for the wrong reason. Pick up a load, drive that load, you know, and we'll go from there. And what I'll do is we'll get to a city. I'll figure out what load I'm going to take and where to take it to, and then I'll let you guys give you time to pick up a load, and that's going to be in that general area, and you guys can communicate to me in chat what we're doing, what you're doing, where your load's headed to, blah blah blah. And then that way we can truck to that particular area. If somebody's got to drop early, then we'll try to get everybody to kind of pull off in that area, let you do your drop, and then you can rejoin the group and go from there. You guys have watched enough multiplayer with Alex and I to see how we kind of handle it, and that's sort of the way we'd want to handle it when we do an open drive. And what I'll do is try to get, like, the one thing that I want to see happen is, okay, if everybody's trucking to San Francisco in this sense, like right now I'm trucking to San Francisco in this round. If you were following me and I'm trucking into San Francisco, as I get to San Francisco, you know, if you've got a load, go drop your load, and we'll pick a rest area to rendezvous afterwards, you know? And just go sit somewhere and chill out. Don't follow. The whole group doesn't need to follow to that next destination. You know, the whole group doesn't have to go to the delivery point and camp out at the delivery point. You guys can go off to a rest area, chill out at a rest area for a few minutes, let somebody drop their load, and then you can, you know, but don't pull into the people's destination, cause a traffic jam there, and even more chaos than is already in the game. You got to use your head a little bit. And that way, if you all do it, you can make it as painless on everybody else who's playing the game. There are those who are going to laugh at me and just, they don't like what I say, but that's okay. You know, I want to play the game legit and have fun and try to get my load from point A to point B. But there are others, and people have already commented, they don't care. They're going to drive 90 in a 30-mile-an-hour zone, and they're just going to not care if they run into other people or not. But you're not the person I want to drive with. So I want to drive with people who want to immerse themselves into the game and be a little bit realistic with it, and just want to truck with friends. And that's the way I approach the game. And if you plan on doing multiplayer with me, that's the attitude you should bring into it. If you're going to bring in the attitude where you're just going to get in a truck with no load, and you're just going to drive balls out and be right up my bumper the entire time. So, oh man, not paying attention, and I sped. I was like 5 miles an hour, 10 miles. Well, I was 10 miles an hour too fast. But yeah, if you're going to drive ridiculously fast and be right up my bumper so that every time I come to a stop, you run into the back of me, then do me a favor and do everybody else a favor and don't show up, because that's not what I want to do. And you're just going to make everybody's night miserable. So, because nobody likes hauling a load from point A to point B only to have some idiot run into the back of them, destroy their load so that they don't get any points at all for it. Or to pick your load up and on the way out have somebody run into you. So you're sitting there with a trailer now that's worthless, but you still have to truck it, even though you know you're going to, not going to get any points to it because your load's destroyed, And nobody likes to do the work and do the work properly only to have it ruined by somebody else in the game. So I guess that's what I'm saying. But it's best for me to be honest and with you and tell you what I expect than for you to get in there and have me scream at you the whole time because you're driving like an idiot. All right. That off. And I haven't driven much this week either. I sort of miss it. I've been paying too much attention to other things. Working on Farm Sim and a few other things that I haven't really spent that much time driving in the game. Really, Saturday night was the last legitimate drive that I've done. I did a little bit of messing around Sunday when I was working on getting the game up to 4K. And testing that out with the streaming. But other than that, I haven't really driven much. What do we got time-wise here? We got 16 hours. We got 3 hours and 2 minutes remaining in drive time. And we've only got an hour and 24 minutes to get there. So, wow. We're doing good. We're actually going to make this in one run. We don't have to sleep. That's a nice thing. I thought this was an urgent delivery. Yeah, I really got to get that shift knob fixed. I got comfortable with it, got used to doing it, and man, it made life easy. And the whole feel of that knob too on my shifter, it was just about perfect. It made the shifting nice and smooth, and it just felt more realistic. So I got to get back to that. Got to get that fixed. All right. I really shouldn't be using the Jake brake in the city. So let's not do that. Grab that guardrail, stupid me. Can't believe I did that. Oh, cannot believe I grabbed that guardrail. Oh well. And now my dude's gonna go into yawn mode. Not that I by any chance am good enough to justify it, but I am thinking about putting in a traffic modifier to increase the traffic a little bit. That could be a big mistake, though, out in like, what is it? Is it Ely, where you got to get on the road there? And you sit there forever and watch the parade of cars go by? It could be a nightmare in some of those situations, but it's something I've been thinking about doing. There's a pretty good mod for that. It removes a little bit of the... It puts more truck traffic in the game and less vehicles. Or is it the other way around? I forget. But it also modifies the traffic and puts more traffic in for you, so... What are these two knuckleheads doing? Yeah, great. Oh, come on. Yeah, chalk that one up again to not having that. I got used to having that splitter on my joystick or on my gear shifter. Right terminology there, Moose. Oh. I guess I need to go turn that on. Turn it back to all the time. Select it. I think I'm pretty much getting used to where all the parking spots are. That's the only reason I had turned it back to select, is because I didn't know where all the loadouts were. This is a dark one. Oh, I've got this all messed up. I'm telling you, I'm getting worse at doing this. I used to be pretty good at trailering. Now I've just thrown it all out the window. It's getting dark. I can't hardly even see. Just off a little bit. Let's see what I want to do here. Cut back a little bit, come all the way back into there, and then swing her in. There we go. Well, that's better. All right, load done. And even though we smacked the rail, I still got excellent. So they're being a little forgiving on me. And that gets us up halfway through 21. So we're getting closer to making our next level. Good, good, good. And we're at 93,000. We are oh so close. One more load, and we will probably be right in the ballpark to get our next truck. So, yeah. All right, well, that's going to do it for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this run. We'll continue on with more American Truck Sim this week. We'll do a live stream this week for sure. And then we'll do, I'm gonna try to start doing either Farm Sim or ATS every day. I think that's kind of where I want to be at. To try and have one of those videos up every day. And I think as I work towards getting up 2 videos a day, outside of the live stream stuff, I think that would be, ATS would be a good one. Maybe do like an ATS video and a and then something else like let's see, get a decent little shot in here. Do like an ATS video and a Project Cars video, and then or something of that nature. Farm Sim and Project Cars video or something like that, and then the live stream. But then again, I wonder if that's just way too much content for the channel. How much is too much? Because you're talking about a 30 or 40 minute Project Cars video, and then another 30, 40 minute American Truck Sim video, and then a live stream, 2 to 3 hour live stream video from the night before, and then the live stream itself. And seriously, dude, chill out with the blackout. You're not that tired. How much time do I have left before he's actually dead? Like 55 minutes, and yet the eyeballs are just closing in. Need to do away with that stuff. Just doesn't need to be over exaggerated like that. And the whole yawn thing is ridiculous. Like, can I not shift because I'm tired? All right, so here's the rest area. So we'll pull in here as my dog decides to make an appearance in the video. She's good about that. And the ship in the background. Let's see if we can get a picture of that. That'd be kind of a cool shot to have. Let's see. Because it is right there on us, isn't it? Oh, yeah. How about that? Let's get rid of the blur. There we go. And maybe come up a little bit like that. Oh yeah, there's a decent little shot. Maybe get the bridge in the background too. The Alabama truck in San Francisco. Yeah, I like my screen captures. So, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you had a good time, enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you give me a thumbs up, like that video. If you want, share it with your friends so they can see what we do here. And then, of course, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I do new videos each and every day. And yeah, thanks, guys. If you haven't already, jump over to Google Plus and follow me there. Appreciate everybody who has done that for me this week. And as we make our way to try to get 1,000 people following on Google Plus. As always, I appreciate everybody for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.